Hey YouTube, it's been a minute. I just got off of work and I am waiting for my ride to get off of work and then I can leave. Today is my last day of the week to work, so I decided to make a YouTube video, obviously. Yeah, like this video, subscribe, if you like it, give me feedback. So basically today is April 26th, right? I believe so. Thursday. How was y'all last weekend? How was y'all April 20th? That's what I'd like to know. If you had a good last weekend. They got orange hearts, right? I guess put an orange heart. So let me get to the point because I'm kind of like lollygagging. I'm making this video today to do a story time. I think I'm gonna do a story time. Okay, so this is off the top of my head. Ooh, let's do a story time, because originally I was gonna do a story time where I talked about, what was it? It doesn't matter because I already got a story time. So this is gonna be a story time about when I was at my first college. It's a college in Alabama. And originally I'm from New York. Right now I'm not in New York, but I am in the US. So this is a story time about how my pants ripped at school in front of people, in front of this dude that liked me and was really weird about it. Yeah. So I was new and I had gotten there a little late. Actually, the day of my birthday, I didn't celebrate. I actually was preparing to go to my first college. Now, I got into this school, I don't know if I got into every college that I applied for. I did, but I'm not really an A student. I do pretty good in the classes I like and stuff like that, I find. Which means, oh, a bunny. Which means I guess I can do good in other classes if I put effort in, which is the story of my life, but when it comes to schoolwork. But anyway, another story for another time. So, I was new, like I said, and there was this place, there was this wall, and it was near the music building. So I'm by this wall, and people usually stand by the wall or sit on the wall. It's like a really short wall, probably sitting level is perfect. So I'm sitting there one time, and there was actually someone I know, I've known for years. They actually went to this college with me as well. So I feel like I was with her. We'll give her a name. Let's just call her, I want to just say green, like a color. But I want to give a name though. We're going to call her Lion. Gonna call her Lion. So I'm with Lion and I feel like she had to go somewhere. So it was Lion and we're gonna call this dude, I want to call him Jack because he's such a jack. We're just gonna call him Jack. Okay, so Lion and Jack. Okay. So There was Lion, Jack, and I. And, oh, well, have I introduced myself? You can call me Sugar. Spelled like regular sugar, though. Sugar Shan. Sugar is short. Yeah. So, I just got in here. I probably have been there. Not even, honestly, probably not even like a week. Not even 2 weeks before this happened. That's crazy. Well, I'm gonna just push it. I'm gonna say about 3 weeks, because I know at least 4 weeks in. I mean, 1 to 2 months in, okay, we're just gonna say about 3 weeks. So 2 to 3 weeks, and there's 3 of us. Lion has to leave, so now it's just Jack and I. So Jack's like, I don't know, I'm not even gonna lie, I probably flirted a little bit. I like to flirt, but I'm not gonna say I flirted a lot. Like, he wasn't really attractive. I think he was flirting with me. He wasn't really attractive to me. He was like, he had qualities of like guys I like, but he wasn't really attractive. He was nice though. So basically we're talking and I'm telling him how I'm new here. He knows, I'm new here. And I feel like he was an upperclassman, maybe even a senior. I didn't, care about those things, but he was, or whatever. So he actually said he'd take me on it. Excuse me. He actually said he'd take me on a tour. And I'm like, oh, cool. You already know the area and stuff. Take me on a tour. Y'all. So he took me to this house. And I'm like, whose house is this? And he's like, oh, this is a dorm. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I do see a lot of other people in there, but they're all guys. And I'm just like, this is weird, but okay. And I'm thinking, like, he's like, we gotta just stop here real quick. I'm like, okay. And it's like did he pass another building? He did pass another building to get to that one. He passed like 2 other buildings to get to that one. So he kind of like took me straight there, right? And I'm like, okay. So he starts walking, I'm following him. He said hi to somebody. At the time, I didn't know who it was, but I think that was actually the RA of that dorm. Who was in charge of that dorm parent probably. And, he kept it pushing. So I kept it pushing too. I said hello. Kept it pushing. So we're walking and we get to like the kitchen and I'm like, okay. But then there's another door and then he walks through the door and I'm like, oh, okay. So we just walking through the house. Okay. I think there was a moment where he like looked around, like went to another room and stuff. So I'm thinking maybe he was looking for somebody. I'm like, what are you looking for? He's like, nothing. We're just going to walk through the house. I'm like, okay. So we go through the door. He goes through and I follow him. And there's another door. And before the other door could close, I saw it. And I'm thinking, he's going to the door. He's opening. He did not open the door. He did not open the door. We were standing in that, like, what time was it? It was probably like around this time. Like, it's like 7-ish, 8-ish. So it was around like this time. The sun was going down a little bit. So this particular part of the house, there was no windows. Maybe. I think y'all want to talk a lot, guys, but okay. So Jack basically walks me into this dark, secluded area. It's just him and I, and there was like stairs behind me. Like, okay, so you walk in, and then that door behind you closes, right? So to your right, there's stairs. Well, to my right, there was stairs. And like a little bit forward and to my left was the other door. And so instead of him walking, like, he acted like he was gonna walk to that door, and instead of him walking to that door, he like walked to it, like, and then turned around, and I like kind of walked around him trying to go towards the door. And he's like, oh no, wait, hold up a minute. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, nothing, just come here. And I'm like, why? What? And literally, I kid you not, he starts kissing on me. And I'm like, whoa. And when I backed up, he like put his hand around my neck and started choking me. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, I was like, I low-key panicked. Like, I'm like, is he trying to kill me? Like, why am I here? Like, and I kind of went off a little bit. He's like, oh, what's wrong? You don't like that? I thought you know, girls like that. Like, and I'm like, honestly, at the time, I was so young. Like, I'm tripping. I'm not tripping, but I'm tripping, but I'm not tripping. Because right now, I am 23. This year, I'll be 24. Then, though, literally less than a month before that, I was 17. I was 18. You know, I was barely legal at best. And I was very naive. And I was very nice, very sweet, very giving. I was very... I'm not going to say I was very trusting. I was very cool with a lot of people, but as far as trust goes, I have always been someone who, like, you need to prove to me that you're trustworthy. I'm not going to ask you to. I'm just going to observe and see, like, how certain situations play out, you know. So, yeah, where, like, he puts his hands around my neck. I went off a little bit. He's like, I thought girls like that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? No, like, I was so innocent. So innocent. At the time, like, I wasn't very sexually advanced. And I didn't know that I liked that, to be honest. Only one other person had done something similar, and it was from the back of my neck. It was on the back of my neck. It was consensual. And it was someone I had strong feelings for. He was the first person that showed me that I like stuff like that. But it wasn't like something that he did more than once. It wasn't something that he like forced on me. It was very gentle. This dude, Jack, it was rough, and it was, first of all, he was doing it wrong. First of all, if you're alone with a guy you just met, why are you going into a house that you don't know who lives there? You don't know anything about it. You don't even know if he lives there. I believe I did question him in the beginning, like before we ever got into the house, and he was like, he was trying to give me these answers that were very vague in a way. I believe I did, you know, question, but he's like, no, don't worry about it. I just gotta check something real quick, and we're like going through it, whatever. So anyway, so yeah, it was very aggressive, rough, and non-consensual. Very uncomfortable. And I'm like, can we go? Because I feel like he's like, all right, I'm sorry. And like, he still tried to like be on me. And I'm like, no, can we go? Like, I don't like this. Like, no. Because there was a point where like, he was like still like trying to get on me. Like really close to me and like kissing me and stuff and touching me. Like, I backed up on the stairs and like kind of tripped and like ended up sitting on the stairs while he was like low-key trying to attack me. Yeah, and when he saw I wasn't really with it, he kind of stopped. But I don't see how it started in the beginning. Like, I didn't, you know, like, he just came out of nowhere and just was like going at me in a way. But anyway, so he like was like, all right, let's go, because, you know, I kind of had attitude. And so he opened the door and we went out, and there was like kind of a porch. There's other houses at that college too. Turns out that's like the honors dorm. Like, they have the honors dorm, the boys honors dorm, and they had like certain sororities and fraternities had like a couple of them had like a house. With 2 chains on. I need quarantine in the same league, but we don't ball the same. Oh, she want all the fame. I hear this all the time. Since you love me, I said, baby girl, fall in line. Okay. All right. That was a little intermission. Yeah, so we walk out the house and I'm like irritated. And there's like another like 3 sets of houses, but these houses are more dorm-like. They're larger. Like, okay, that house that he took me into was only a 2-story house, like a 2-story, like a 2-family, not really a 2-family house, like a 1-family house. Like, there's like probably like at most 3 rooms on the top floor, and like 1 or 2 rooms or 3 rooms on the bottom floor. And there was a living room and a kitchen and dining room. It wasn't that big. Now the other places I'm talking about, that was like kind of sizable. Like, there was, when you walked into one, there was a little bit of a sitting area, and there were 3 halls. There were 2 doors to get in. On each side, there were 2 entrances, and there were like 3 halls you could go down, and there were rooms down each hall. So it was a little sizier, but it was 1 floor. And so we ended up in there, and I feel like Lion was in there with me, or like I left or something. I don't remember what happened. I feel like I left, because the next time I was in the place I just described, the new place, let's call it the Hedge. So the Hedge was like the place with the 3 halls and the rooms, and there were actually 3 of those hedges, you know. All right, anyway, there were, you know, so the next time I was in the Hedges, it wasn't, he didn't take me there. I was with Lion. So Lion and I actually walked into the Hedge, and we were going to like find somebody or buy something or something like that. And we, like, as soon as we walked in and like turned a little bit like towards the lounge area, who should I see there but Jack? Of course. He's like, hey, yo, Shan, come here. And I'm like, nah, you good. And so literally, like, I turned back around and Lion was gone. And I'm like, and I looked down every hall, and she was nowhere. Like, I was so stuck, and I was mad. I was so pissed, because now I can't find Lion, and guess who I'm stuck here with? So I'm stuck here with Jack, and he's like, come here. I'm thinking he's gonna apologize. And I forgot what he said. Like, I had a super attitude with him. And I remember I had these jeans, these blue jeans. I had a blue pair, a teal pair, and a tan pair. Or at least I know I had the like teal, greenish, seafoam greenish ones, and the tan pair. Trying to think, I really do believe that the pair I had on that day was like dark navy blue, And I love these jeans. Oh my gosh, you guys don't understand. They were corduroy, but they were like fake corduroy. Like only the outside was like raised corduroy. The inside was like not. So basically, so I have those jeans on, don't know what shirt, whatever. And he was still calling me and I couldn't find her and I'm getting irritated. So I did go buy him like the naive person I was. Still am, but less, you know. So I went near him and he like puts his hand into my back pocket and he like starts swinging me and I'm like, can you let go of my pants? And he wouldn't let go at all. And it just pissed me off so much. So he wouldn't let go, and he didn't let go. Literally, he ripped my pants. Yeah. And it wasn't just the pocket. He literally ripped my pants from the pocket down. Like, under the pocket. Down. And it just so happened I had a song on. So my whole booty cheek was just out there in the wind, just free balling. Like, isn't that great? I was pissed. Oh my gosh, I was pissed. It's like, I'm gonna buy you another pair of pants. I'm gonna buy you another pair of pants. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like, wow, how am I gonna get back to the dorm? Like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna take you to the dorm. Cause he had a car. So why weren't we in a car to begin with? Well, you know, I shouldn't have been in a car with him clearly, but yeah. But then he like was laughing really hard. Like, I was so mad. Oh my gosh, like I did not fuck with him after that at all. Like I spoke to him like maybe once after that in the whole school year. Like literally we're not friends on Facebook. There's somebody else too, like 2 other people on the top of my head that went to that school. I'm not adding them. They added me too. No. Why you need to add me? Both those people did things that it was like, oh, you really don't fuck with me. Okay, you don't fuck with me. Alright, cool. Bet. You know? So, he one of them. But he ain't add me though. I ain't added him. But yeah, I was pissed. Oh yeah, I never got those pants ever. Lion laughed too. But I was so mad. And she went off on me too, talking about, well, I just went in and I went to the place. You should have been right behind me. And I said, I told her, like I said, I literally looked to my left and looked to my right and you were gone. Like later on, like months later, I found out where she was, but yeah. So guys, lesson for this: don't be going nowhere with no strange guys, especially if they ain't cute. Not that that makes it any better, but it's just like, why are you with him? Like, y'all don't know each other. Y'all didn't even really speak. You just gonna go on a random tour with a random guy. How you know he know where he going? Like, it's just not safe. It's just not. I think if he's cute though, you feel like, you know, oh, I want to be here because I want to be here. But if he starts doing things like non-consensual and you're not comfortable, I really I've been in situations where honestly it could have been avoided had I had a more harsh attitude. Had I had a more of a harsh attitude towards people. You know, I tend to be I think people take me as nonchalant or like with it, like I'm with the situation type thing, even though I'm like really not, and I expressly have said I'm not. But I think it's my demeanor. Like literally my job that I currently work now, when I first got there, like my first day, I was told, okay, mini story. I was basically told to ask there's 2 companies, but one of not my boss, but the other company's boss, to ask, you know, if the person training me would be getting paid for it, when would I be getting paid, and if this counted, like my training counted as like having hours worked. And the boss basically said she don't know the answers to those. It didn't make sense because they all work together though. Like, I feel like she should know some of the answers, you know? But she's like, oh, you're gonna have to ask your boss. I'm like, okay, well, no problem, thank you anyway, you know? But I came to her, like, I said, I knocked on the door. I'm like, I have a few questions. And she's like, okay, what are your questions? What are they? And I told her the questions, like, listed them out. And I was like, oh, I was told to ask, you know. And then she said she didn't know. Like, okay, well, thank you anyway. And I left out, closed the door, went back upstairs. When I came back down, the person training me, by the way, who is Lion. Yeah, after all this time. Actually, my first college was in 2012, 2013. So, it's 2018 now, baby. So, yeah, it was a while ago. But anyway, that's who was training me at my current job. And I don't know, I went upstairs, and when I came back down, Lion said that she was told that I was rude. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I wasn't rude. What are you talking about? And she's like, you gotta watch the way you're talking to people because people take it as rude, and you gotta be careful. I don't know, you know, how, you know, just be careful. Don't do that. And I'm like, but what are you talking about? And she basically told me my boss said, her boss said that I was rude in the way that I came into her office and asked her questions. And it was like, how, bro? Like, how? How? Weird. But anyway, yeah. But that is the story of how my pants ripped and my booty was jiggling, free balling, hanging in the air. And my first story time, I think technically I did the recipe thing where I was talking about how it was the disaster, which for some reason got a lot of views, and it's like a minute and a half long or something like that. Like this, view this, like subscribe. Tell me if you wanna know. I'll do a story time again, and I wanna know if you wanna know. I might just do it. I don't have, like, you know, a lot of videos. But I do thank you if you stayed this long on for watching this. Sugar Shan here. Like I said, like and subscribe. Thank you. Tell your peace. Like, hope you enjoyed the video.